The three archangels who give us their names. Angels are supernatural beings. They have no fleshly bodies. They are God's messengers who go back and forth between the Most High and His people. St. Augustine said, "Angels is the name of their office, not of their nature. If you seek the name of their nature, it is spirits. The heavenly realms are populated with billions of them. Scriptures and tradition teach us that there are 9 choirs of angels, and the Bible says only 7 of those spirits stand before God at all times. Out of the 7, only 3 are mentioned by name in the Bible. So who are they, and why tradition has them ranked as archangels?" Number 3. Saint Raphael. Raphael means God heals. His apparition is written in the book of Tobit. In the city of Nineveh lived a righteous man named Tobit with his wife Anna and his son Tobias. Tobit was known for being a charitable and compassionate man. Some unfortunate circumstances caused him to lose his sight. Tobit was the provider of his family. He had to relinquish this role to his spouse. Bitterness and anguish built up in his heart, which led to an argument with his wife, Anna. During the heated exchange, she mocked his charity and righteousness, asking what his good deeds had gotten him other than trouble. His wife's words were so hurtful that Tobit started weeping out loud. He prayed to God to let him die. On the same day, in the city of Ecbatana, one of his kinswomen, a young lady named Sarah, was just as upset. She had gotten into an argument with her father's maid, and the maid had called her a husband killer because she had gotten married 7 times and every single one of her husbands had died on her wedding night. She was so hurt by the maid's cruelty that she ran into the room to cry out to the Lord. She prayed for the same thing Tobit had prayed for, death. The Bible says, at that very time, the prayer of both of them was heard in the glorious presence of God. So Raphael was sent to heal them both. Raphael disguised himself as a young fellow named Azariah. Tobit needed a guide to go on a journey with his son Tobias. They had to retrieve some lost money he had left to a relative years ago. Raphael agreed to serve as the guide the young son needed. As they were journeying to their destination, Raphael spoke to Tobias about stopping at Ecbatana and marrying Sarah, the young lady who had prayed for her death, who was also his father's relative. Tobias was reluctant because he had heard about Sarah's 7 husbands and the evil spirit who had killed them all on their wedding nights. Raphael told the young man exactly what to do to get rid of that demon. So Tobias went ahead and married Sarah. The archangel's guidance and help were crucial to Tobias' victory over the evil creature. Raphael explained how prayer and the fishes inside would cast out the demon. When Tobias followed the instruction the archangel had given him, the evil spirit fled away from Sarah into the desert, where Raphael followed him and bound him so he would never return. Raphael had also revealed to young Tobias how his father's blindness would be cured by the same fish's entrails. When Tobias returned to his family, he helped his father regain sight. When the grateful family decided to thank their guide, Azariah, and pay him for his services, he revealed that he was in fact Raphael, a messenger of God. "I am Raphael, one of the 7 angels who stand and serve before the glory of the Lord. Number 2, Saint Gabriel. Gabriel means, my strength is God. Our first encounter with Saint Gabriel happens in the book of Daniel in the Old Testament. He appeared to a frightened Daniel twice to interpret his complex vision. He returned a third time years later after Daniel had fasted for 21 days to give him clarity once again. He let him know that God had sent him to Daniel from day one, but he had gotten caught up in a battle with a demon called the Prince of Persia for 21 days. Gabriel appears a fourth time in the Gospel of Luke. He came to a priest named Zechariah, who was scared out of his mind. The heavenly being revealed to him that he and his wife would soon have a child. Zechariah was filled with doubt. How was that possible? He was too old. Gabriel was not too happy about his reaction. He replied, I am Gabriel, who stands before God. I was sent to speak to you and to announce to you this good news. But now you will be speechless and unable to talk until the day these things take place, because you did not believe my words, which will be fulfilled at their proper time. The fifth mention of Gabriel is the most important one. Again, in the Gospel of Luke, Gabriel appeared to a young Virgin Mary and revealed to her that God had a mighty plan for her life. She was to be the mother of the Messiah. But the angel said to her, Do not be afraid, Mary. You have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you are to call him Jesus. Number 1, Saint Michael. Michael means, who is like God. Contrary to Raphael and Gabriel, Saint Michael does not talk directly to any human being in the Bible. He doesn't have a message from God to anyone in particular. However, his remarkable deeds are mentioned by both men and archangels. Through those various descriptions, we learned that he is our chief prince and the head of God's angelic army. He is more about action than words. When Saint Gabriel appeared to Daniel, he explained that he was sent by God on the first day Daniel started praying and fasting. However, the Prince of Persia, an evil spirit, attacked him on the way to Daniel. That demon got Gabriel caught up in a fierce battle for 21 days until Saint Michael intervened. Gabriel was able to leave the battlefield and reach Daniel to deliver the crucial answer to his prayer. The archangel also added that he had to return to Saint Michael because the Prince of Greece, another fallen creature, was on his way to the battlefield. Another mention of Saint Michael is in the book of Jude in the New Testament. It is said that Saint Michael contended with the devil over the body of Moses. When Moses died, the rebellious enemy of God tried to take his body, but Saint Michael stopped him. And finally, Saint Michael's name is in the book of Revelation. It is said that a war broke out in heaven. When the enemy chose to start an uprising against God, Saint Michael and his army of angels fought and defeated him and the rest of the rebellious angels. He had indoctrinated a third of the entire angelic population, all from different choirs. They were cast out of heaven and thrown down to the earth. At the end of times, they will be destroyed. So who are Saint Michael, Saint Gabriel, and Saint Raphael? They are super angels. God entrusts them with extremely important missions, and they take part in greater events than the average angel. Whenever one of them appears to humanity, it is always an awesome sight to behold and an amazing story to tell.